In this video, I'm going to show you how to consistently buy $100,000 for just $10,000 on a repeatable basis, like magic. So I've been able to do this and profit well over $1 million through my land flipping business at the age of 24 years old by following these very specific strategies that I'm going to show you. I've been able to literally build my life by design. Every single thing that I ever dreamt of having, the exact place that I wanted to live in, who I wanted to live with, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to drive, what I wanted to wear. All of these things I've been able to design and curate because of this business model and because of the strategies that I'm going to show you. Now, throughout my career, I've done deals where I've profited well over $250,000. I've done deals where I've profited $100,000 in profit, 50, 40, multiple deals like that where I have profited multiple six and multiple five figures in profits on rural vacant land flips all across the country. I have done deals in 40 different states all across the country. And this strategy works in pretty much every state all around the country. You just need to know exactly what you're doing. And I'm going to show you how you can literally buy more money, buy your time back, and build your life by design. So, before I get started, actually, just think about this, right? Let's just pause before I break down and do the training and everything like that. How many of you watching this video right now, knowing that you could actually do this, would actually buy $100,000 for $10,000? Like, pause and think about that concept. You know that you can repeatedly, now I have the skill to buy $100,000 for $10,000. If you know that, and when you are confident in that skill, what's going to happen is, like, money will never be a problem. You're building your life by design. So just think about that. You're building your life by design now. This is what I'm about to show you. So, life by design. This is what this business is. This is the life by design business. And if you're just watching this video and you've been doing research on business models to start in 2025, whatever it might be, this is the land flipping business. It's called land flipping. And essentially what we do is acquire assets anywhere from 30 to 50 cents of the market value and resell those assets on the market at 80 to 90 cents of the market value. So this is what this looks like, right? And then we resell for 80 to 90 cents of the market value. And the reason why it's 80 to 90 cents of the market value, I will explain that, but I'll give you a quick recap. So essentially, the reason why we don't sell for 100% of the market value is because we want to be positioned lower than all the other assets on the market, right? So if we're lower than, if assets are selling for on average $300,000, I really want to be priced at like $240, $250, as the property will be more in demand because it's cheaper than all the properties on the market as well. And I'm able to get these properties under contract for 30 to 50 cents of the market value because I'm able to send out a mass amount of marketing. And so this is what I meant when I said you're buying $100,000 for $10,000, is because every time you send out marketing, we send out direct mail. We send out direct mail. And we send out SMS. When you send out marketing to very specific kinds of assets across the country in markets that are really hot markets and properties are selling and properties are in demand, you're buying money. You're literally buying money because at least 1 to 2% of those sellers are going to be interested in making a deal and getting a deal done with you at 30 to 50 cents on the market value, because for every single piece of marketing that you send is a unique situation to get a deal done. So we send out direct mail by the tens of thousands, and we also send out SMS marketing by the tens of thousands. So you really are playing a volume game, but not only are you playing a volume game, you're playing a demand game. You can predict in any given market what the demand is going to be just by seeing who's buying what, how they're buying it, and how consistently it's selling. So A big part of this, right, is the disposition. A big part of this is the disposition research. Identifying the demand in any given area. You need to be able to understand the demand. And I always want to see 50 to 100% more demand in an area than I see supply. So it's got to be 50 to 100% more. That means if 20 properties have sold in the last 6 months, 10 have had to gone for sale in the last 6 months. If I don't see that, then it's not a good market. And I'm also looking at properties where the exits are no less than $150,000. If you focus on markets where the properties are selling for $150,000 or more, then you're going to put yourself in a position where you're consistently buying $100,000 for $10,000 just because, I mean, it really is a numbers game. If you're in markets where properties are selling for $150,000 or more and you're offering anywhere from 30 to 50% of this, then you're going to be in a situation where you can consistently do deals that you're buying for $70,000, selling for $150,000, buying for $50,000, selling for $150,000, so on and so forth. I've done multiple deals like this, and I will attach them. I'll put them on the screen here somewhere. I'll show you guys the HUD-1 statements as proof, because this is not theory. This is something that I've actually done. A lot of people talk theory. No one talks what they've actually done. Very few people, in fact, talk what they've actually done. So it all starts with disposition research and understanding your markets, understanding the price points in your markets, and what the market is responding to. A really good indicator of a really good land flipping market is when you have properties that are selling for 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 even, and they're selling within 60 days. If I see that in any area and I see that even 2 times, I'm going to that market because I know that there's money in this market. I know that there are people that are looking to acquire these assets in this market. And I'm talking about 3 to 500 grand for rural recreational hunting land. That's what I'm talking about here. For properties that you cannot build on. A lot of people, when they see land flipping or land wholesaling, they assume that we're selling infill lots, and we're not. I think I've maybe done, I don't know, 5 to 7 infill lot deals, and I didn't make nearly as much as I made on these kinds of deals. This is my favorite kind of deal. This is my bread and butter. This is what I do. I would much rather receive a wire or a couple wires a month for $50,000, $70,000 than receive 100 checks or wires for $4,000. But that's just my preference. So like I said, life by design. You can choose to do whatever you want to do. This is the product line for you to consistently receive wire transfers at $50,000 or more. Now, how are we getting these properties under contract at 30 to 50 cents of the market value? And why would somebody even sell to me at 30 to 50 cents of the market value when they could just list it themselves? I don't understand that. Well, enter acquisitions. So when you send out marketing, sellers will call you back and reach back out to you and indicate that they want to sell. The reason why we're able to do this is because we create done for you marketing businesses, done for you land buying businesses around this product type and around this asset or around these specific assets. So what that means is a seller wants to sell to you as opposed to listing it on the market because you're basically going to do everything for them, meaning you're paying the closing costs, you're doing it very quickly, and even though it's 50% of the market value, you're able to perform quickly, whereas the market may not be able to perform, or the seller may not be able to market the property how we would be able to market the property, right? And I want to be clear, 9.5 times out of 10, we're actually buying the property and then relisting it. There are other strategies where we can list it while we have it under contract, but I'm not here to talk about that today. There are also strategies where we can assign the contracts, but that's very rare. The main bulk of the profits of this business come from actually buying the asset and then relisting it on the market. The reason why we're able to do that is because we're able to build rapport with these sellers and build trust. When you're able to build trust with the seller, When you're able to build trust with the seller, they trust you enough to know that you're going to perform come day of closing. And that's really what matters. There's a lot of sellers that also price themselves out on the market and they think that their property might be worth $200,000, but it's really worth 120, and the broker will not tell them that. And so because the broker will not tell them that, they list the property, it sits on the market for 18 months, then they don't sell it. Then they don't believe in the brokers anyways. What we've been able to do is master marketing on the MLS so that we sell properties extremely quickly. The average seller has no idea how to do this. And to be honest with you, to be quite frank, the average land broker doesn't even know how to do this. And we've mastered that skill. So the more you're able to master your dispositions and master the demand in any given market, the better this will be for you. So it almost works backwards. You can predictably print money for yourself by just knowing what the demand is in any given market and knowing how to talk to sellers. Just those two things alone. So we want to build trust and rapport with sellers, and we also want to understand who we're talking to. We want to understand seller profiles. What is their reason for selling? Who are they? What is the story of this property? Because I have had sellers where they did not even know the property existed up until the point that I sent out that marketing. They didn't even know. And they were like, you know what? I have this surgery coming up, or I have this family event coming up, and I need the cash. So let's just do it. We verify ownership, we buy the property for them. And on deals like that, I've made well over 100% on my money on a consistent basis. You also have sellers that are businesses and they want to offload their assets because these assets don't really mean much to them. You also have sellers that are in pinches where they need money really quickly. And so because we can perform within 2 to 3 weeks, they're able to get it done. You also have sellers that have moved out of the country. And some of these sellers, I've had sellers that are of higher profile. So the question of, does this only work with lower class properties and lower class people? No, the answer is no, because I've had sellers move out of the country or get a divorce that had millions of dollars worth of assets and wanted to offload a $300,000 or $400,000 property to me because they moved out of the country and they were never going to use it again. And so because they moved out of the country, they didn't really care about getting the market value. Land is something that a lot of wealthy people also park their money in. And sometimes people are not even, they don't really even care to get the market value when they go to sell the property. Because it maybe it was for tax benefits, it could have been for a thousand different things. And because you're sending out tens of thousands of letters and or text messages, you're able to get access to these situations on a consistent basis. That's what you have to understand. The marketing is the biggest part of this as well. Because we're sending out so much marketing, you're able to buy more money. So in the Lambert's training programs, we've built out everything that you need to know to understand seller profiles. And I've pretty much broken down every single seller profile that's ever existed out of sending close to 1 million mailers now, after sending close to 1 million mailers, and after sending hundreds of thousands of text messages. I've been able to pretty much build out the ideal avatar for a seller and who you should be going after and how to go after that seller also, which allows you to buy more money with your marketing. Always remember, every single piece of marketing is a unique opportunity for you to get a profitable deal done. So the more marketing that you send, the more deals you will do, the more profitable deals you'll do. Now, where people make mistakes is they think that if they aim for smaller, lower tier deals, that's the beginning level, and that's their, like, I don't know, their stripes almost. They're earning their stripes. That is the wrong way to approach this. You want to aim for assets that you would buy. That's always the best way to go about this. Aim for assets that you would actually purchase, and aim for assets that you'd give as a gift. That's for me. I don't want to do any deals where I wouldn't buy that myself, where I wouldn't want to be on that property myself. I want to buy things that are in demand. I want to buy high quality assets and I want to work with high quality people. Again, life by design. This is the life by design business. You can do the kinds of deals you want to do. You can talk to the kind of people that you want to talk to. You can sell to the people. You can sell to the kind of people that you want to sell to. So these are the 3 pillars. This is all you need. This is all you need to be able to consistently buy $100,000 for $10,000. And this can be every month for you, every quarter, every week if you want it to be. But this is what you need. This is the full framework of what you need right here. You need marketing, you need acquisitions, and you need dispositions. Now, there are levels of scale to this, but at the basic level, this is what you need. You need leads. You need leads that are actually quality assets. We don't want to be buying the desert square. I don't want to buy a swamp. I want to buy that property where it's desirable. People want to hunt on it. Someone wants to build multiple homes on it. That's the kind of property that I want to buy. It's got great road frontage. It's not too sloped. It's not swampy. It doesn't stink. There's not trash all over it. I want to buy quality assets. Even if the property is overgrown and we have to make some changes to it, I've had to do that as well. Even if there is trash on it, but it's still a desirable property, and I can see that a few properties have sold for $150,000 or more within a 10 to 20 mile radius. Okay, but I want quality assets, acquisitions. Talk to people, have conversations, and build rapport. And uh-oh, build, have conversations, and build rapport, and sell your properties on the market. You need to have good marketing. Excuse me, wrong. You need to have great marketing. You need to have great marketing that tells stories. So, to the person that's highest likely to buy the property from you, you have to think about that profile of person and think about who would buy this. And then you just tell the story and market it to that exact person. That's exactly how you do it. So, I've used this example before of a hunter that wants to hunt deer, or a cattle rancher that wants to graze cattle on a property. I'm marketing to that specific person. So let's say I was marketing to a cattle rancher, right? I'm gonna put pictures of cows on the marketing. That's how I do it. There's so many different profiles of people, and I can get into about 7 types of different land that I've sold, but those are two. One, the hunting property. So I'm gonna market how this property can be hunted on. So I might put pictures of certain game that's on this property. Two, cattle grazing. Someone that's going to graze cows on the property. I've sold to someone like that before. Now these are the contents of the business. It's really very simple, but one thing that people really struggle with is their belief system. First of all, you got to believe that you can actually buy $100,000 for $10,000 on a consistent basis. And again, I've showed you proof in this video. I've showed you the HUDs. This is something that we really do. This is not conceptual. This is not a concept. This is a proven way for you to build wealth and live your life by design. But you got to believe that you can actually do it. And yes, I feel like there could be a lot of like, oh, manifestation, but that's very real. You got to believe that you can do it before you actually do it. And understand this about life. Every single thing that you want out of your life has already happened, just hasn't happened yet. So, your belief systems. Do you believe that there's an unlimited amount of money out there for you? Or do you believe that you're confined to what you're making right now? Do you believe that you have the potential to be a very high earner? Or do you think that, oh, you know what I've made so far is really all I can make and I can't get outside of that? If you're broke, are you in line with yourself being broke? Do you like that feeling? Or do you want the feeling of, you know what, I have everything that I've ever wanted? The only way for you to go from point A to point B is to believe in it and believe in your vision, because you could be doing this and not have the belief, and somehow, some way, something along the way is going to happen to stop you because you didn't believe in yourself in the first place. So you got to have that inherent belief that, like, no matter what happens in this business, I'm going to be consistent because I know it's a vehicle to get me to where I want to go. We use this as a vehicle. So let's say you can make $500,000 or more per year with the land flipping business, doing exactly what I've just explained. You believe in yourself, you have put in the work, you put in the hours, you're extremely consistent, and now you can build up an investment portfolio for yourself. Now you can actually start building wealth because now you have $600,000-$700,000 plus in cash. Imagine how that would feel for you. This isn't about us. This isn't about us flexing and doing all this stuff. This is about living your life by design. If what you want to do is flex, by all means, go for it. You want to live your life by design, though. That's what this is for. Why would you? There are so many things out there on the planet. There's so many resources. There's an abundance of things. So why would I just settle for 50K or 100K a year? Why would I settle for that when I know that there are vehicles that can help me build an empire for myself? Within the next 3 to 4 years, doing exactly what I've explained of marketing, talking to people, acquisitions, and selling properties on the market, as long as you're within the guidelines that I've set, you can easily make yourself $1 million in profit over the next few years. Easily. All you got to do is believe in it, though. You have to be able to believe in yourself and the ability to get there. So what I want you to do is, for a second, take a pause while you're watching this video. Think about having every single thing that you've ever wanted to have. Think about, you have the dream income, you have the dream car, you have the dream properties, you have every single thing that you ever wanted to have, right? Think about that for a second. Think about exactly how you feel. Think about how it makes you feel. And carry that feeling into all of your work. So replace the anxiety and the doubt and the frustration and the irritation and the anger. Replace all of that with the feeling of, I've done it. It's here already. It's already happened. Replace it with that. Because this business model works, but if you don't have the right mindset to it, if you have a loser mindset, if you feel like I'm going to lose or I'm going to fail at this, that's exactly what's going to happen. But if you carry yourself with the energy that, man, I already have it. All I got to do is close the gap. You're going to get there so much faster. You're going to get there so much faster. And I'm telling you this because when I had nothing, when I was broke, before I started this business, I always just believed that I could make more for myself. I always believed that I can build an empire for myself. I always believed that I could take care of my family. I always believed these things. I always believed I could travel over the world. I always believed I could buy expensive things. I always believed that. So that's what happened. That's what happened. I put in the work. I learned as much as possible, still to this day. Learn as much as possible. Continue to learn, continue to grow. And that's exactly what happens. So have a growth mindset. Be always ready to grow and believe in yourself. And if you do that, that's the foundation. The foundation is your belief in your own ability to be able to talk to people, to be able to market properties, to be able to comp properties. A lot of people will ask a million questions because they're scared to fail. So you'll ask me questions like, I get questions like this. Well, if I do this, will I get this result? Well, the answer is yes, but are you going to put in the work and actually believe that you can get there? Because if you can, then yes, you're going to get there. You're going to get to that destination. The biggest thing too, and why you have to have that belief, is because you have to take action. Again, people will ask 1,000 questions before they've taken action. Now you've asked me 1,000 questions and you haven't talked to anyone yet. You haven't sent out any marketing yet. You haven't done anything. You literally haven't done anything. All you've been doing is watching a bunch of videos, pondering, no action. You got to be able to take action. The people that can take action and have that belief in themselves and focus on the three pillars of marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions, and making sure that the properties that you're going after, you're buying for at least $30,000 to $40,000 and reselling for double that, those people will make a lot of money. It's the people that take the action and are consistent, even when something goes wrong in the short term. It's those people that adapt to that and end up making a lot of money. So have the foundational belief that you can make as much money as you've ever dreamed of, that you can do whatever it is that you wanted to do in your life and live the dream life, travel the world, buy the properties, all those things. Have that inherent belief that you can do that and couple it with the vehicle to get you there as fast as possible. Land flipping is the vehicle to get you there. Land flipping equals life by design. And if you stay focused and stay consistent on this vehicle for the next 3 to 4 years, I can guarantee, I can literally guarantee that you will have every single thing that you ever thought, hoped, and dreamed of. If you want help designing your life with the land flipping business and scaling to 6 and 7 figure profits in 2025, book a call with me below. I'm happy to help. This has been Femi Lambers, and I'll see you on the next video.